me tell you a story. So, since the age of when I was in high school, I was just shown online all these people making money and living the life, right? And I was like, wow, I want to live like that as well. So, I start to model these people and okay, I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, until later on, I recently realized that you having to live an exaggerated lifestyle or elevated lifestyle, that it also comes with the negative elevated problems. There's both sides of elevation that we don't know, because only the good side is glorified. The cars, the money, the nice watch. Well, the thing that people don't tell you is with this, you pay a price. I'm sure everyone remembers the term, work hard, play hard. It's quite literal in this sense. To live an elevated lifestyle, one must work very hard to play very hard. Let me put that into perspective. So, when I was buying all these things and trying to model these people of elevated lifestyles, right? I was starting to spend a lot of money and then realized that, oh, I don't have this money. Why don't I have this money? Because I don't work these crazy things and I'm not a businessman yet. So it's just like, I'm trying to live this lifestyle, and one, I don't have the characteristics it takes to even have this lifestyle in the first place. And two, I'm just spending money. Anyone can spend money, but not everyone can build a business and have an elevated lifestyle and just have everything going for them. You have to realize that, because you might be falling into this trap. So I'm just simply teaching you, I'm like the pack leader. I'm just giving you a heads up so you don't trip on the log that I tripped over. Another point that I want to make is everyone wants to have these elevated lifestyle or whatever it is, but no one wants to take the responsibilities that come with them. Point being, everybody wants these successes and these riches, but nobody wants the stress that comes with them. How can you just pick and choose? That makes literally no sense. Stop yourself for a second and think, okay, I want that nice car. How are you actually realistically going to get it? If it just appears in your driveway tonight, how are you gonna pay for it? The insurance, the maintenance, the gas. Can you even afford this stuff? Check yourself, seriously. Because a lot of the time, we can just be handed these things. Let's say hypothetically, we're just handed these things. You get the nice car, or excuse me, the nice house. How are you gonna pay the taxes, the property taxes? How are you going to pay the mortgage, etc., the electricity bill, the utilities, right? So we have to really stop and humble ourselves, because you just want the money, but you don't want the characteristics. Doesn't that seem backwards? Personally, for me, I want the characteristics that come with making the money and the business. Why? Because once you have the basics, once you have the foundations, you can just replicate it. Don't you understand? Someone said a story, and if you're picking up on what I'm saying, this should resonate with you. Someone said a story where it was a millionaire, and they said that if I was stranded in a desert, you take away all my money. In 2 weeks, you would see me rolling around town in a Ferrari again. I thought that was just some bullshit story, frankly. But now that I think about it, what he actually meant was he's extrapolated all of the characteristics that come with making money and being successful and being personable. You can take away all the money that you have and you would be fucked. Why? Because you don't really have the characteristics to make it back, except physically work at a job. Now, think of it like this. Personally, for me, let's say that I go into a coma. 1 year goes by. You know, my body it's gonna be hard for me to walk, and I'm gonna have to rehabilitate myself, right? Well, personally for me, I've built the characteristics with being an athlete, very physically fit. So it's not gonna take me long to get back into shape and get back to where I was at an aesthetic level, have my physique back. Why? Not because I've just been, working out, but I have the characteristics, the experience, the knowledge to do all of the techniques to get my physique back. That should be very powerful rather than just handed the thing, right? Now, what I would like you to do is to consciously think of I've actually been controlled by my urges to buy things, by my urges to go out and spend money. Why? Because the more money that you spend, and frankly, you probably don't have that much, the more you have to work to make up for it. So once you understand that, this is a side point, by the way, that your urges to buy things and your materialism habit can control you, because the more things that you buy, the more time you have to work. It might not be making sense, but let me tell you a story. Lil Yachty, he is a famous rapper, right? On a podcast a while ago, he said he has about $13 million in his bank. His fees and all this stuff costs about $10 million. He has to work. If he stops working, if he stops making songs, then he's going to go bankrupt. I don't know if he really enjoys making songs anymore because he has to do it instead of choosing to do so, but the point is, he has to support his lifestyle. So going back to the point that I first made, you want to live an elevated lifestyle. You want to buy the things, but you're not there yet. So what that actually does is create stress for you to work even harder at this low-level job. You want to buy the new iPhone, but you might not have money because you have to pay for college or something. Okay, well, now you're gonna have to work extra hard. Now you're gonna have to take out more loans and more debt. Dumbass. So seriously, this all loops together, and I want you to let this marinate. It was a lot of information, I get it, but seriously consider this. So I'm gonna go over the key points and leave you with this. 1, if you want to live an elevated lifestyle, you will have to have the elevated negatives with the positives. Not just one, you cannot pick or choose. 2, you have to really check yourself and be humble on what the things, you cannot afford these materialistic things yet. You must earn them and achieve them. Because if a new car was placed right in front of you, your dream car, you wouldn't be able to afford it. And 3, don't let materialistic things control your life. I live a low expense life, so if I wanted to, I could just stop working and make YouTube videos. But frankly, I'm not gonna do that yet because I'm not monetized. However, eventually I'd like to. I think there's power in, if you want to start a business online, you have enough money saved up and your lifestyle isn't expensive. So you can just, let's say you have $5,000. You stop working tomorrow and you just work on your business. Wouldn't that be so amazing? Like, think about that. The thing that you actually want to do instead of some college degree, some college job, you do. And you don't have to worry about anything because your expenses are low. And you just work for 6 months. You don't have to go into your job. Isn't that crazy? That's because your material hedonism urges do not control you. So rewatch this video. I think you're going to need it, but I think if you use this information correctly, then you will understand what I'm actually saying and be like, oh, this guy's not actually crazy. He has a point.